Hi, everyone. Oh, this month, I'll tell you, I'm Betsy Kreider. I'm with Be Creative Stamping, and I am in central Pennsylvania.
I'm Mary Ellen Stites, and my business is Create With Me, and I'm in East Central Illinois. And it's fall. Like, we got to say, like, this weather has changed drastically, right?
Yes.
I mean, you're not complaining.
Yeah. I think the people on the other end of this just need to be lucky that we're even here at this point. For those that follow us,
it's game day. I have my game day shirt on.
You have your game day shirt on. Our game day is not till tomorrow. Penn State plays tomorrow.
This is opening football, and we're here right near the University of Illinois. I went there. My husband went there. My kids have gone there, and they all work there, and they have season tickets. So my kids are at the game tonight. Or they will be.
You keep promising me one of those shirts, and I haven't gotten one yet.
I know. I got it on my list. I promise. You really want one?
I send you Penn State stuff all the time.
No, you hide it. You hide it around the nest. So yeah, it's fun. Yeah, it's fun. It's really kind of fun that we're both by Big Ten, right by Big Ten schools. So we get to do this when we're together. But you guys always win. You always beat us in football. It's just like don't get me started. We can be doing so fantastic, and then it's like we win every game, and then we got to play Penn State, and it's like wah wah. We're gonna beat you this year. I'm telling you, we're gonna be good.
Well, we're ranked pretty high, and I hate when we're ranked high because that just means we have further to fall. I'd rather build our way up than falling backwards. So, but fingers crossed, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, say maybe this is the Illinois year.
We'll wait it out. For anybody that's used to watching our
guys, we'll get back to you guys in January about that.
Yeah, exactly. For anybody that's used to watching our Stamp It Your Way videos, we usually post on the last Wednesday of the month. So you're probably thinking to yourself, what the heck night is it for us? Well, right now it is a Friday evening. And we are taping just a couple days later than what we normally do. Somebody had Wi-Fi issues for the last like 10 days or something like that. So she's finally up and
don't lose your internet. You think losing your internet is just a whole nother world. And we're down in the river bottom in the country and no cell service, and it was like going dark. I mean, 1982. Hello. Like, seriously.
I was starting to think that she didn't like me anymore. I was starting to think, she found new friends. She didn't want anything to do with me anymore. She wasn't calling. She wasn't writing. It was like, what the heck?
My life. This is my life. Walking out the yard like, hello, send, please just send. You see that all the time, and you're thinking, no, that was my life. It was not fun.
The world of technology is never allowed to fail because I have no idea what would be happening in your life without technology. So I would be totally lost.
Yeah, I know. We've gotten so spoiled to be just here together on a platform. It's crazy. So
to be how many miles away and still be able to be together every month. So
love it.
For those that obviously this is our Stamp It Your Way video. Stamp It Your Way is a class we run every month where we send out it's a class kit you can sign up for. We sell it usually. We have signups from the 1st to the 10th of the month every month, and then we do our ordering. And if you have the bundle, great. You can do it at home. You can purchase whatever bundle we're featuring through us, and we're happy to do that. But it's called Stamp It Your Way for a reason. We want you to stamp it your way. We want you to do something different, or if you have a different, like we're doing sunrise sailing. If you have a boat at home, use a different boat if you have a boat at home. So stamp it your way. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. We definitely want to show you like some techniques and fancy folds that you can use on using the supplies that you have. I mean, yes, it's lovely. What we're going to show you is fantastic, but we get it. We're crafters. We know it. We know everyone's got different things.
Exactly, exactly. If you sign up for the kit, you get we do 4 cards. We each do 2, and then everybody that signs up for the kit gets all the paper that they need to create 2 of each card. We also include written tutorials, whether actually print it out in your packet, or I think Mary Ellen, you send yours by email. I
I
think.
do. I do.
And then also we have, we do this video so that people can watch what we're doing. So if you're interested, if you didn't sign up, but you are interested in the written tutorials, please visit in our comments down below in the video. It shows our pay hip links. And you can click on that and it'll take you to our tutorial store where you can see this one and previous bundles that we've shown, right?
Yeah, you bet.
Okay. And one last thing before we get stamping. So I believe if you do not have one of these yet, you want one, right?
Yeah, definitely. No question.
Yes. This is the new holiday catalog. This starts September 3rd. This goes live. If you're a demonstrator, we've been able to order from it for the last month. And I know that my pile is rather large and I still have many things on my shopping list. Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
I like this one.
Exactly. So this is the new holiday catalog. If you do not have one of these and you want one, please reach out to either one of us and we would be happy to get one of these out in the mail to you. And
Yeah.
we are going to start featuring product from that as we move forward, right?
Yep. I'm going to show that at the end of the video. So stay tuned. I'm going to show you some product that we're going to do next month, and it is in that catalog. So is it in that catalog? It's an
No,
online.
it's only
online
exclusives.
exclusive. It's an online exclusive that is available also on September 3rd. I'm sorry. You're
correct.
right.
Yeah, there are all new online exclusives coming as well. So,
yeah, it's one I'm super excited about.
Excellent. All right, we ready?
Yeah.
Ready to go?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so we are featuring this month the Sunrise Sailing bundle. This is a hybrid bundle. It's a little confusing if you're searching online for it. You're going to see that it says it's a Sunrise Sailing hybrid embossing bundle. And it's a little confusing, but it does have dies that go with it. So when you're looking at a hybrid has not only an embossing folder, but it has dies that match it. And the reason it's a hybrid is because, and I think we've shown hybrids before, but I'll go over it again. The hybrids have, you've got this fantastic folder with all this detail, but the die will fit inside and match up right with the folder so that you can be cutting and embossing at the same time. And it's kind of funny. It fits. So when you slide it in there, it actually kind of fits almost like in a little groove. And you know when it's in there, you put your paper in, run it through, and you're good to go. Okay. So that is a hybrid folder. Sunrise Sailing. This is an online exclusive item. It has been in and out of stock frequently. It is currently back in stock right now. So if you are interested in it, don't wait. It's been going in and out. And this month, we try to always include product with our packets, whether Stamp Your Way. When you sign up for it, we include some free product that helps you create your card. So this month they were getting the new in color dots, and they were also getting the new in color markers. With all the 2025 to 2027 colors. Now, we didn't talk about the markers yet, did we?
No, let's talk about them a little bit. Go ahead.
Yeah, so Stampin' Right markers are water-based die markers, right? So water-based versus blends. Your blends are alcohol-based. These are water-based. Now, Stampin' Up! Has elected to discontinue selling Stampin' Right markers in all of the color families and the in colors. So, and I believe that they're while supplies last. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. I'm crying a little bit on the inside. So just, I got to get
Yeah,
a little.
I know, right? Because there are lots of techniques you can do with this, as far as like coloring right on the stamps and using for watercoloring, things like that. But be aware that the Stampin' Right markers are while supplies last and will not be available after this point. Okay,
Yeah,
so
so definitely grab them if you love them as much as I do, and I'm going to show techniques using them that you're going to want them for. So Go ahead
Yeah.
and grab them because they're
Yeah.
going to be gone.
And you can get them in the color families. So there's
Yeah.
subtles and regals, and there's neutrals, and there's brights, but then there's also the ability to get the in colors as well. So those, yeah, unfortunately are going bye-bye.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so my card first. For this is my first card, so here it is.
So pretty. I had someone say something the other day at class. They're like, I love that retirement card. I go, that's Betsy's card. I love it too.
Isn't it cute? Yes. I am in love. And I know this sounds really weird because when I first saw it, I thought, ooh, it looks like construction paper. Like the construction paper you would get as a little kid. But I am in love with Darling Duckling. I love this yellow.
I really like it too. I really like it too.
Yes. I think it's because it's muted. It's not super bright. It's a little bit of a muted yellow. It's almost kind of, it reminds me a little bit when I stamp with it, it reminds me a little bit of the star fruit. Do you remember the star fruit one we had?
Yeah. Yes. Oh, yes. Yes. It looks kind of bright on the camera, but yeah, it's a really,
it's not in person. It has a much light,
right.
more duller. I don't know if that's the right word.
Yes.
Look to it. So in this one, I am using the water stamp. I'm using, of course, the boat. I am also using the Happy Retirement stamp, and I did the little bird as well. So in the packet that we gave, there, of course, was the Night of Navy cardstock. There is an envelope. We always include an envelope. That one's stamped. Let's get rid of that one. There we go. This one. We also included some of the Misty Moonlight cardstock. Now, in the tutorial, if you get the tutorial, I misquoted and said it was the So Swirly embossing folder, and it is not. The one I used is the Soft Waves embossing folder, and I embossed one of those pieces of Misty Moonlight for the front. So we never emboss for you. We assume you have embossing folders at home, but just in case you wanted to reproduce this one, just be aware it's Soft Waves, not the So Swirly folder. Okay.
I really like that.
We also included some basic white. We pre-cut using the textured notes dies. We pre-cut a rectangle for you. There's some scrap for a greeting, and then another piece of Night of Navy. So,
well, honestly, Betsy, if they have the other folder, the So Swirly, then that one is a really good substitute too, right?
I think so, right? Because I went to look for mine, but I don't have mine here, so I'm not quite sure I can't remember what So Swirly even looks like because I don't have it here. So
yeah, no, it would be a really good alternative. It's just that instead of the waves kind of going across, they swirl around, but it's still the same type of a look.
It still has that swirl look to it. Good.
Yes,
That's good. Then that makes me feel a little better because I was like, oh, yeah. I'm using Night of Navy ink, and I'm using my sailboat here. Now, if you don't have a glass mat at home, remember this is a photopolymer, so you want to make sure you have a stamp mat underneath you to give you a better image. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stamp this here. Now, for those that have it, that are doing this kit, all you need to do is turn that and then stamp again. And you can get 2 sailboats out of 1 piece. Okay. Then I want to bring in the Darling Duckling. And the sails are meant to fit right in there. So this stamp are the sails, and they fit right inside there.
Yeah, it's such an unusual stamp. It took me a while to figure out. I had to see what other people like. What is that?
Yeah, it looks weird, right?
Yeah, but when you put it on there, then it's like, oh, okay, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, it just lines right up on those sails, just like that, right? Easy.
And you can do it any color. So if you've got a
any color, yes, I've seen it with red. I've seen it with red, and the red is really pretty too.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one, what I would do then is I can cut this in half. And then what I did was I actually took the die, okay? And let me just cut it in half so I can show you how I did it. So I cut this in half. I took my folder, I put my die in there so that I felt it kind of like lock in place, right? And then I lined this up
Oh,
so that I could get
so that's embossed and die cut.
it's
Okay,
embossed and die cut. Yes. So what you
okay.
could do now, you could do this two ways. You could just die cut it. You could just and then emboss it. But if I've got the die that's going to fit in there and I can line that up, I'm just going to ship it right through all together. And doing that gets me the little sailboat that is right here. Now you can't see it on the video, but when you feel it, you can feel that that is also embossed and it's got the texture to it as well. Okay.
Fun. Yeah.
All right. So that is how I did that one. And that's how I got that. Then I'm going to bring in this guy here and I'm going to do, and I did use the cloud cover. Let me grab it real quick. The cloud cover Stampin' Right marker. I did use that to color in just the bottom of the boat.
Oh, nice.
And there is a stamp that you could use that'll do that too, I believe, isn't there?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
there
gonna
is a
use it.
stamp.
I'm gonna use it on mine, doing the
Yeah,
same
there's
thing
a
with
stamp
my
there.
stamping.
So
Yeah.
I just did mine manually. I just kind
Yeah.
of, you know,
Well, I'm not doing the outline, so that's why I'm using it on mine. You'll see the difference. You'll see.
perfect. Perfect. Yeah. So you could use the stamp or you can use the marker, whichever way you want to go. I'm going to use this guy here and I'm going to stamp my water. So I'm bringing in my Night of Navy. And I'm just going up about a quarter of the page here and I'm going to stamp. Then what I wanted to do is give it some shading for the water underneath. So I'm bringing in a blending brush. I'm going to pick up a little bit of that Night of Navy. Again, if you have a glass mat, the glass mat is great for doing this, that you can just kind of add that shading in there by picking up the ink off the glass mat instead of on a piece of scrap paper. Just bring in a chamois, kind of wipe that off. Okay. So there is my card front. Going to hold my card base. I'm going to put on my embossing folder as soon as I find my glue. And I don't think there's a right way on this folder. I don't think it matters which way it goes. You could have it where the swirls are coming up or going down, or the waves, I guess I should say. These two pieces are going to go together once I have those stamped. And then this is going to go flat on here. Now you could, I'm going to center this one just because I know, like I have a friend of mine who that would drive her crazy having that cockeyed. She would just, it just like would be painful for her. So because I know how much that would drive her crazy, I'm going to make this one straight, but you could make it cockeyed like that. There's no right way or wrong way to do it, right?
Well, it's like because it's cockeyed like that. It's like it's a ship on the ocean, right? It's kind of going
Kind of sailing away
away.
there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm usually a straight person too, but I think in that case, I really like it the way your original one is too. So.
Yeah. I don't think there's a right way or a wrong way to do it. I don't think.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring in some dimensionals. I'm going to add one down here. If you have some minis, the minis work really well on the bottom of that sailboat. I'm going to put that here. Like that. Now you could stamp the little bird there. I'm going to use him for in my inside. So I'm going to bring in the inside now in the envelope. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp my water again. This time I only want a little bit of it. I don't want the whole thing. All right. I'm going to clean up that ink here in a second. I'm going to do the same thing on my envelope. Okay. Probably actually could have used that with my blending brush. I'm going to add a little bit of color with my brush. And then I'm going to bring in the little seagull. I'm assuming that's what this little guy is. And add a little seagull to the front and to my envelope. This goes on there.
You know, I heard once that they're really called gulls, and now I have trouble saying seagull. I bet they're not. Like people call them seagulls, but they're really gulls. So
They're
I
just
don't know.
gulls.
I
That would make
guess so.
sense.
Seagull sounds a lot better than gull, but
So there's that. And then this one is for the greeting. And I am using Happy Retirement. So I'm going to do my Knight of Navy here. Stamp my greeting. Use my scissors. Always keep all this scrap, right? I always have 1/4 inch and 1/2 inch scraps everywhere, right? Perfect for your greetings.
Yep.
And then I want this, because it's already going over something that is popped up with a dimensional behind it. I only really need dimensionals on this side. So I'm going to add dimensional here and here. And then a little bit of glue on this end. Because that's just going to go over top like that. And then the last thing I have are going to be my embellishments. And again, I use the Darling Duckling for this. I'm going to add, where did I put those other ones? Yeah, I put that one here. Put the small one. And then the medium up there. And that's it. Look how quick that was.
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah? Doesn't need much, right? So looking at it now, let us know which one you prefer better. Do you like it kind of going a little cockeyed and he's sailing off, or do you want it more straight? Do you have a preference? Either one. I like them both.
Yeah, me too.
I like them both. All right. So that is card number 1. Okay, card number 2. I don't think I need that stamp, so let me get that out of the way. Let me get this out of the way. My Darling Duckling. And I'm going to clean this stamp quickly. And my little seagull. I think I need a stamp out of here yet, which is going to be You're Destined for Great Things, which is this one. All right, so the second card that I have looks like this. And I actually saw this online, and I pretty much cased it based on what I saw online. Someone had else, and I apologize, I do not remember her name right off the top of my head at the moment. If you reach out to me, I can try to find that for you. I saw this card and I thought it was just gorgeous, and I knew that I wanted to recreate this. So it opens like this.
Yeah, it's
Isn't
pretty.
it pretty? It's so pretty. And this inside, hopefully you can see it, it's got the boat, right? So it's got the sailboat on the inside.
Okay.
Right? So you're probably thinking, well, how do I sign that? Well, you could leave that blank and add a card to the back and use the back to be the part you sign, or you could maybe sign it over here. But I love the fact that this had the embossing on it because it just gave it a little bit of extra detail on the inside. Right?
Yeah.
Pretty. So this one, you need the sailboat, you need the greeting, also ahoy. There's a couple dies here for like the little tiny sailboat. Of course, the embossing folder, and I'm using the Country Woods paper. This paper, I think, is one of my favorites. I'm so glad that it has been sticking around because it is so pretty. I'm going to bring in my score tool here. And I have got a couple pieces of Secret Sea. This is my other favorite. I thought Darling Duckling was my favorite. Now I'm going to change my mind and tell you Secret C is my favorite.
I will say I'm more smitten with it than I thought I would be, because I'm not a big blue person, but I like it.
I can't stop using it. I'll tell you what. I think
And,
it seems like every card I make lately has
and
using Secret C.
cloud cover is the same way. I'm so shocked that I like those two blues.
Yeah, exactly. You don't like blue.
I know. It's very weird.
This piece of cardstock is 5.5 by 11, 5.5. So typically your card base is 5.5 by 8.5, right? But this is actually 5.5 by 11. And what we're going to do is we're going to score this, and we're going to score at 4 inches, at 5 3/4. We're going to score at 7.5 and 9 1/4. Okay.
And I could use my paper trimmer with a scoring blade too, right?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And then this piece here is 3 by 6, and I'm going to score that at 3. Okay. All right. Let me get that out of my way. So this is the piece that is going to be here. That's going to be your inside piece. And then this is my card. So I'm going to fold this. So this is the larger section, and I'm going to fold this down. Okay. Fold the next one back, fold the next one this way, and then fold this one this way. See that? So it was just back and forth.
Yeah, accordion.
Right? So that I have a mountain, a valley, a mountain, a valley, and then my inside of my card. Okay?
Yep.
Gonna use my pieces for the Country Woods paper and put those on my panels. So this is going on the front panel. This is an inside panel. This is another front. So we're going to skip that second one and go here because it's going to look like this. All right. And that's my card base. And I did go ahead and emboss one of my pieces of white for the inside. And I can tell you right now, I embossed the wrong size on that one, but we're going to go with it anyway.
I was just telling someone that I think we can make good out of pretty much all of our mistakes. Like someone was saying, oh, I made a mistake. And I said, oh, let me see. I think we can make good out of it. And we sure did. I mean, you get a little smooch and, you know, you add embellishment, or you just say, honestly, you just say, that's the way I wanted it to be.
Who's going to know that I wasn't, that was supposed to be more, who's going to compare? I don't remember where I saw this. I saw this somewhere where they were saying that it's handmade. It's not Hallmark.
That's correct.
Right?
Handmade with love.
It's a handmade product. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Get that going there. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I have got, just like I did on the other piece, you have a piece of white that you're going to stamp, which I've already done here. Okay. And you're going to die cut. And then you're also, if you have this kit, you should be able to get 2 of the large sailboats and 2 of the small sailboats out of that one piece, just by kind of strategically putting them on there, so that you're going to get those pieces out of that. We went ahead and die cut for you with the stylish shapes. There's a piece for the greeting that I'm going to use. I'm going to go ahead and do my twine here quickly because I want to let that dry. So everybody, I think everybody knows this, but just in case you don't, so Cloud Cover does not have an ink pad like the rest of our ink colors do. So Secret C, Darling Duckling, they all have ink pads, but Cloud Cover doesn't, because Cloud Cover, the formula within Cloud Cover didn't work with the foam pads. They were conflicting with each other. And Stampin' Up said, rather than waste resources and trying to get that to work, they said, we're just not going to offer it. But what you can use is one of our ink spots, and our ink spots are uninked, and you just add re-inker to it. So you buy a re-inker, you buy an ink spot, and you just add ink right to that ink spot. Okay, and now you have an ink pad. And because this is a felt pad, it doesn't mess with the formula of it. Okay, now you could use blends to color this. You could use the marker, but I'm actually going to use the ink spot on this. And because I have my glass mat, I'm just going to kind of run that right over that white twine, because I want my twine to be the same color as this cloud cover color. Does that make sense?
Yeah, well, that was, I didn't know you were going to do it like that. I love that. No, I'm just,
Right?
my mouth is hanging open.
Yeah, you just kind of use it like that. And now that you've got this colored ribbon, you can do this with any color that you have, and you can get more dark. You can get darker with it depending on how much you want to put on there. But I want to do that first and kind of set that aside to let that dry for a second. And I'm going to wipe up my extra ink. Then what I'm going to do is I'm still going to keep that out because I do have a piece for the front. There are these two pieces for the front. So I'm going to grab one of these, and I am going to bring in a blending brush again. And I'm going to do a little bit of blending with the cloud cover. And I'm just doing that right in the center here and kind of working my way out. Because I just want to have a little bit of color in the background so that the ship, when it's on it, you can kind of see that shadow behind it. Can you see that?
Yeah, you can.
Right? So you can go as dark or as light as you want to go. And I'm just working my way out to add that shading. While I have that, I'm going to go ahead and I can do the same with these, this little boat. I'm just going to, I could have cut this out of cloud cover paper, but I'm like, well, why can't I just cut it out of white and then color it whatever color I want to color it, right?
Yeah. It's a little bit, I like it softer, a little softer.
Yeah. Yeah. Than the
It's
actual
more like
paper
it's more
itself.
like a shadow.
Right.
I'm looking
And
at
you
your
could get a
gum.
little bit, like you get a little bit more texture in it. You can't really see
Yeah.
it very well in the video,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
you get a
you
little
can.
bit more texture from it than it just being pricked out of the actual cardstock, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
So don't feel like cloud cover is something you can't use just because it doesn't have an ink pad. Create your own ink pad, and there's so much you can still do with that color, right? Okay. I'm going to bring in the Secret Sea blends for this one, and I'm going to color in the sailboat. Now, this one, it had the sails, you saw that. But what I want to do here is I'm actually going to color in the sailboat. What color did I grab? I did color. I grabbed dark. I guess we're going with dark.
Sounds good.
I meant to grab light, but I guess we're going with dark. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
It's
It'll
exactly
just
how
be a
you
little
want
bit of a
it.
darker sail. So there's the sail. And then to get the lines on this, I just drew them in. So I started here and I just went whoop, whoop, whoop. By the way, you have to do those sounds when you do
The
this.
sound effects are
Whoop,
really effective. Yeah.
whoop, whoop, and boom.
I'll have
There
to
you go.
keep that in mind. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to keep it in mind. You got to make the sounds when you do it. And then I am going to bring in the light one.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to color in the bottom here. Again, Mary Ellen's showing you how to use the stamp on this. It's kind of nice just to see different ways of doing it, right? So there is my little sailboat. All right, so that's this piece. And you see how this piece is going to go like that. It's going to go mountain. So
Like a
this is going to be my front. And I'm going to put this on my front. And then this piece is going to go here of the country woods. It's going to go there. And my sailboat, I could go ahead and use dimensionals to pop this up on the front. Right. Just like that. I'm going to go ahead and use my little gull. You could use my gull, and I'm going to stamp him with Secret Sea right there. If you didn't have Secret Sea, you could easily do this with Night of Navy or Misty Moonlight. Any of those colors would work. Oh, I need that ink pad. Silly me. For the words, I'm using You're Destined for Great Things. And this is going to get stamped on this we went ahead and cut this for everybody. But if you have the stylish shapes at home, it's just doing this circle. And stamping that there. And this piece is going to go right there. Now I like this little sailboat for the inside. And it's going to go right over top of that, just like that. So the sail actually goes over top of that sail. So you could leave it like this. Can you see that very well? Let me put it on here. You could leave it like that, or you can cut this sail to go over top of it. Is that how you did it, Mary Ellen? You just kind of glued this right over top?
I did.
Right? Whoop. Just kind of glue that right over the top of it. So you have your sailboat right there. And then I added this guy to the inside, and I just put that down flat. I didn't dimension it up or anything. I'll put that right there so it's next to my greeting. Right? So there's the front of my card so far. So this guy is then going to come in here, and it's going to go like this. What I wanted to do was kind of cover up that sailboat that's there. So I'm kind of eyeball, like if I eyeball the mast of this, I can line it up with the mast on the back of this to kind of know where I want that to go.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Right? The mast here and the mast here. And what I want to do is, once I know where I want that is, so this is kind of smushed together, and one end of that is in the front and one end of that is in the inside. And while I have that, I'm just going to go ahead and open that up. But I don't need a lot of glue because remember, that's only going out so far. So I'm just going to add a little bit of glue here. I just shifted that. Hold on a second. There we go. A little bit of glue to get that there. Hold that there for a second. There we go. I got it now. I got it now. That's there. And then I open this up, and it's the same way here. I'm just going to add glue there and then close that up. Was that easy?
It is easy. Easier than I thought.
So that now I have this. Isn't that pretty? I just love this card. I think it's so pretty.
So pretty.
I'm going to bring in my twine that I colored with my re-inker and my ink spot. Tie my little bow here. Using a glue dot. I'm going to add that to my front. And you don't necessarily need the bow. You could leave it off. I know some people, I'm a more of a, I need a bow, I need a something on there person, but I know some people are not. So feel free to leave that off if you'd like. But you see how it it's not quite so stark as what white would be, right?
Yeah.
By adding adding that color to that thread. Now, the last thing I have on here is the Ahoy. And this is where I'm going to bring in a scrap paper. And I've got Ahoy here somewhere. There it is. And I'm just going to stamp that there. And there's no die for it. But what you can do is you could cut this out. So I just use my scissors. It's almost like fussy cutting. All I'm going to do is just cut around. And remember, when you're fussy cutting, you move the paper, not the scissors. So I'm just gonna kind of cut around. I'm leaving a little bit of a border around the letters. Doesn't have to be exact. Do you do this very often?
I do. I'm doing it more and more often.
I'm seeing it done more and more often, right? There's a lot of people that do this. At first I was like, oh, I don't like that. It kind of looks sloppy, but now I'm liking it more and more.
Yeah, I've been cutting my words apart a lot. You'll have seen it in past Stamp It Your Way. So I've cut my words apart, like for
Yeah.
gradings, a lot.
Yeah. So there's my ahoy.
I like it.
And then I'm going to use a little bit of liquid glue on that. Just on like the ahoy part, not the ahoy, but the ahoy part. And then I'm just going to add that there.
The ah.
The
Just the
part.
ah.
The ah ha ha ha. There you go. So what do you think?
Love it.
Love it, love it, love it.
Totally gonna make that style card.
Isn't that cute? I just
Yeah,
loved it.
yeah, I do too.
Yeah, so that's it. Those are my 2 cards.
It's great.
Excellent. All right, we switching it over to you?
Yes, ma'am.
All
Sorry,
right, here we go.
Okay, so now it's my turn, and this is Betsy did some blue cards, and my card's blue, but I added a lot of color to it. So I'm going to show you how to use some color and use a little bit of masking for my card today. So what you got in your packet, or what you'll need to create this card, is of course an envelope, and then we have pre-cut a mask using the fourth from the largest Everyday Arches die, and we've got that in your packet. And then you've got a couple of scraps that you're going to die cut from, a piece for your outside, piece for your inside, same here, and then a card base. So fairly simple pieces. I'm just going to start with my card base, get that done, and I'll say out of the way for lack of a better term. Just going to bring in some seal. I don't know why I felt like I had to turn that over. It wouldn't have mattered, right? That is, you like flip your card, you're like, I didn't really need to flip it, but that I'm so I'm going to stop there. All right, so a couple tips on how to do this. We've got it cut so that it's the same size, and I've got, oh goodness, I've got some tape here, and I'm just using a repositionable tape. You could use Scotch tape, honestly, and I just like it because then it's something that I don't have to think about. You
Mhm.
could, what I usually do, you could take it and put it like this, and then just flip it around, and that way it's um, a self-contained unit. Or you could
Ah,
just tape it to your glass mat if you want. But if you had Scotch tape, then you could just take scissors and trim that, and you wouldn't even have to remove it. We'll see how this goes. I might just do it both ways. I'm going to get a couple pieces here. And what I'll do, I think, is I will put this one and attach it to my glass mat, just like that. So that way I know it's secure and inside there. So we're going to start with some color and some blending brushes. And I've got a whole plethora of colors here. Now you're going to wonder what the color is in the middle, but I've got Lemon Lolly, Timid Tiger. This is Strawberry Slush. I've got a Misty Moonlight and a Night of Navy. I may or may not use that Night of Navy. We'll just see. But I'm going to start with Lemon Lolly, and I'm going to bring in I've got small blending brushes here, and I'm just going to bring in some color, and using my glass mat, I'm just going to blend. Here's my tip on this. I feel like sometimes we think we have to go super, super dark, but
mhm.
we can go really, really light, because actually, when we pull the mask off, it's always darker than we think. Do you see that?
It
Do you, I
is.
mean, you see
I
that,
do.
don't you?
I agree with that. It's like you look at it and you think, oh, I don't have enough. I don't have enough. But you'd be surprised once you lift it how dark it actually is.
Yeah.
So
And
what you're doing, is this called reverse masking? What is this? Is it like a technique?
I just say masking. I just say you're masking. I
Okay.
don't know that it's a reverse masking at all.
Okay.
I think it's just masking. You're masking it so that you're, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong on that.
I
I'm just
don't know the
gonna,
answer. I wasn't sure.
yeah, I'm just gonna try to get off. I shouldn't have, I've almost thought, oh, I just want this to be a super light pink here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just doing, I don't know if this is a sunrise or a sunset. I'm not really sure. Just a lot of color. Maybe it's
Mm-hmm.
in the evening. And then we've got a little misty moonlight. Go do this one. Ooh, I didn't do it on my thing, and see, I got a little bit. Ooh,
A little dark.
it's all right. Doesn't bother me. No, it doesn't. That's a wave coming in.
Hold your hand steady for a second. Let's see if your camera refocuses.
Oh, and my little
You're a little blurry. Let's see.
yeah.
Is it going to refocus?
Sometimes it just takes a
That's a little,
second.
that's better. That's
I
better.
know
Oh,
that. Oh, it's off still. I know that sometimes when I bring something up to the camera,
it'll
but
reposition itself.
I'm gonna keep going and hope it comes
Okay.
on. And I apologize because I know that I've had comments that bothers people. But if you listen to the beginning, we've had some internet issues, and
Yeah.
so I'm doing doing the best that I
Technology
can.
is, we are at its mercy.
Yeah, I'm a little frozen, I think, but we'll see. I am gonna go ahead and use the I think I used the wrong. I am gonna go ahead and use the dark. Look how dark that is. Holy schmoly. And I'm gonna just bring in some Night of Navy right down here, just a little.
Just a little.
Ooh, I
Well,
like the way it looks. It looks just like a little
mhm.
swirly,
Well,
swirly
the
fur.
ocean is not all one color.
Yeah, we're gonna leave the mask on, and I'm still using the Night of Navy. I started to put it away, but I want my horizon. I'm gonna stamp my horizon. I'm gonna leave my mask on. I'm gonna stamp my horizon right here. Then I'm gonna take my Misty Moonlight, and I'm gonna stamp my water. Whoops. My mask prohibited me. There we go. I'm gonna do it a couple. I'm gonna move this one down. Yeah, okay, that's much better.
That
Okay,
looks nice.
all right. Now I'm going to go ahead and remove my mask. So give me just a minute to pull this off. I hope it's not too wet. And then I'm going to take a paper towel on my glass mat. And you'll see, hopefully, oh, I'm sorry. Oh, there, it's a little clearer.
Mm-hmm.
See that beautiful
Oh,
color.
see,
Yeah.
it
So
waited to go clear to give you the big reveal.
isn't that fun? Yeah, you just gotta love it. All right, so let me get my mat cleaned off so I'm not getting ink on my card. Then I'm going to
The
do a little
big reveal.
stamping. Yeah, I'm sorry.
You're
I've had
fine.
such great internet, and then now it's just decided to shun me. All
That's
right,
all right.
so
We all
Betsy said,
understand how it
yes,
works.
I'm going to do some birds. And Betsy said you could use Night of Navy. I'm actually using black. And I just like the starkness of the black.
Mm.
And I took my mask off because I want that bird to be outside of my area, my gulls. And then I'm going to use my Misty Moonlight. I'm doing my stamping first. And I'm going to stamp the word best wishes. And I'm going to do it so that it's on and off. Let me
It
get
gives it
that.
more depth that way, right?
Yeah, I really like it. There we go. I would have maybe moved that gull a little bit, but that's okay. All right, so then I've got my white and my pecan pie, and then I've got my inside. So I'm going to set those aside. I'm going to move this out of the way, and I pre-die cut. Let me grab my, I made the one here and the one here. So you use the small, and then you use the large, and I think this
Mm-hmm.
is like the medium. So we've
Yeah.
used all of them. So I just put a little bit of glue on my mast and then added my sail. Just want a little bit of that pecan pie running down here
Mm-hmm.
so that you can see it.
It's so pretty with the different color, the boat being a different color than the sails, right?
That's really pretty. And then I'm going to use dimensionals. I think I'm going to just stop there. Before I do the ship, I'm going to use linen thread. Now, I got a little tip here for you. I got this little jar. I saw this. Someone took a salt shaker. I've had a trouble with some of my linen thread or some of my baker's twine spooling off the end. And I saw this at an event that someone had done, and I thought this is a fantastic idea. So that way I can just pull. I'm just pulling it, and
Can you show the jar again
yeah,
sideways? That
and
is
you could use a
super
you could
cute.
use a salt shaker. This just happened to be what I had. This is like a, you know, a seasoning, a
Yeah.
spices, but you could actually put a couple in there, and but this is just a nice way to keep your linen thread, especially when you're using it in a class or just
Mm-hmm.
even on your desk,
Mm-hmm.
to keep it from just spooling off the end. So I'm going to wrap my linen thread around 3 times. Oops, I didn't leave. I want more on the end. I'm going to do it again. I just want enough to tie a nice bow. So I'm going to give myself plenty. Why make myself suffer?
Yep. Always give yourself more room to work with.
Yeah,
Don't force it.
yeah. And then I tie mine in a double knot so that when I go to tie my bow, I'm still working on the spool. I'm not trimming it off yet. But that way, when I go
Mm.
to make my bow, I can be hands-free. Okay, so now I'm just gonna give myself plenty. Yeah, I saw that, and I thought that's a great idea. So I grabbed that. You could go to the dollar store and get a little salt shaker and take your twine with you to make sure that you have the right size.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to look for that now.
Yeah. Because I just had one of the new threads like spool right off the edge. The reason
Yep.
I wanted to put this on first is because I want my ship to go over the top of that. That's like the horizon too. It's just acting as horizon. So that's as easy as this card is. Just we're going to stamp the inside. I'm going to stamp. I've got best wishes, and then I've got the greeting that says, "You deserve the best." And I've got my misty moonlight here. I go clear and then I go blurry, and I'm just so sorry. Hopefully, you'll get
That's
the gist of it.
I can, yeah, it looks good.
And a little bit of seal. I use a lot of liquid adhesive, just like Betsy does, but sometimes I think that it's nice for us to show both. So she likes to use that. So I'm going to use the seal on mine so that you can see both. But I
Yeah,
do
I
usually,
pull out seal for like ribbon if I'm attaching ribbon behind, but
oh,
otherwise, yeah, I'm a green glue girl.
yeah, I am too. I have it at all my tables
But I
and
think
my
showing
desk.
seal is a good idea because seal can be a little tricky. It can be a little finicky
It can be a
sometimes.
little bit, yeah. So now all I
Yeah.
have to do is add my flat pearls, and I am using. I'm gonna have to pull out a new one. I am gonna use the cloud cover for that. It's not new. I guess I had it open already, and I'm just gonna add some cloud cover pearls. Got a small. Where did I put them on this card? A medium. I do the little triangle right around my greeting. And there's my card number 1. Okay, so we took a little break and I think I figured out my problem and hopefully I'm clear now. I think I just had a little bit of issue. So I'm going to come back and show you the cards and if hopefully that you got
Oh, that
the
looks
link.
so much better, doesn't it?
Okay, thank you. I just had a little boo-boo on my end and was logged into the wrong internet. So
No
there's
worries.
the card, and at least you can see the finished result clearly. You
Mhm.
heard what I said. I think you could get the gist of it. And
Yeah.
then the next one, I feel like it's going to be nicer because of being able to see it. So I did a fun watercolor. I love to do watercoloring, but this is like and anybody can do watercoloring, super, super easy. But I've got some fantastic tips for you on how to use. Just stay tuned with me. I'll just show you. So here's the pieces that you're going to need. You're not going to need much. You're just going to need a piece of glue for the inside. You're going to need some watercolor paper. I've got actually one piece for the outside, and then we're going to just do a little fun inside. It's going to just sit in here. We've got a little piece of white that's going to go here for our greeting, and then just a little piece for our greeting. And I've given you a piece to die cut your ship, and I've already done that in advance. So, and then your card base is thick white. I like using thick white. It just gives it a little bit of support. But in all honesty, with the watercolor paper, I think that you could get by with basic white if you wanted to duplicate this more than the 2 that we're giving you, or if you're just watching and you want to do it along, because the watercolor paper is thick enough that using a basic white would give you some heft. So let me show you the fun technique.
Our watercolor paper is very good quality. I mean, it's a
It's
nice, thick,
wonderful.
heavy paper. It's a very nice paper to work with.
Yeah. So I'm bringing in foil. You may not have seen foil before for this. It's kind of fun, and I'm going to show you why it's fun, because we're going to use this kind of like if you think about a stamp positioner, using the foil, like you could use your block, you could use cellophane or cello bag or something, but using foil is going to create this to be like a stamp positioner, so that if we go ahead and ink it once, we turn it over, we don't love the results, because we're going to take our bone folder and we're going to or a pencil, we're going to make our own little stamp positioner. I'm calling it that, but it's just a positioner. We've got
kind of like a frame, right?
Yeah, so we know we're working inside this, and we put it on, we take it off. Oh, we don't love it. We can spritz, 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 and we know we're going to go right back in the same place. Okay, so I
Nice.
am going to bring in. I've got just a plethora of markers, mostly the in colors, but I grabbed a few extra. So I've got. I'm just going to say I've got cloud cover. These are the in colors: strawberry slush, darling duckling, Timid Tiger, and Secret Sea. And then I brought in Petal Pink, Lemon Lolly, a little Azure Afternoon, and Blueberry Bushel, just as a brighten it up. So I may or may not use all these colors, but I wanted to just show you that you could use whatever you want. So
Yeah.
I'm going to start with Petal Pink, and all I'm doing is I'm going to just add, just like you would if you were doing it on a block. You're just going to color right on your foil.
Oh, right on the foil itself?
Right on the foil. And then I'm using Timid Tiger, and I'm just going to use a couple stripes of that. I'm going to bring in, I think I'm going to use the Lemon Lolly. I wanted just a nice light yellow.
And you can see it. Even from here, I can see the
Can you
color
see?
showing up on the foil.
Oh, good, good. I'm going to do a bright Azure Afternoon, just a little. I think this is a little different than what I did. Little Blueberry Bushel, just for fun.
And these are the water based markers, not
Yes,
the
these are
blends.
water. Yeah, and I'm using cloud cover, even though that one I should have probably used earlier. But I'm going to use just a little bit of Secret C because, as you can see in this card, it tends to be really dark and it will go up. And I just want a little. I just want
But I like that look. I like that look.
literally a small amount. Yeah, yeah. Every time you do this, it's going to look completely different. So that's the other thing. It will look completely different. Okay, now you're going to need a spritzer, and I have one here. I would recommend that you always keep a paper towel whenever you're doing anything with watercoloring. Keep a paper towel handy. Um, it will just help you be able to blot. So now I'm going to blend all these with water. So if I was doing this after we don't have these Stampin' Right markers, which are water-based, and I'm going to do it with blends, then instead of having water in here, I'm going to have alcohol in here. The alcohol is going to rehydrate the
See?
blend, right? So I
Okay.
think you can do the same technique with, and I'm going to be pretty generous with my water. I really want that. See how much I did? A lot.
That is a lot.
And I'm staying in, and it's going to probably look really funny. I'm actually going to use my paper towel to press it. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see.
It's a work of art. We just go with it.
Oh, it's not bad. So see how I've got a
Oh,
little,
look at
it's
that.
really pretty. Actually, I'm not going to do it again. But if you didn't use enough water, I'm just using my paper towel to blot. But if you didn't use enough water, then you would maybe have the texture of the water of the watercolor paper, and then you could go ahead and spritz again and lay it over. But this I love. I love it
That's
a lot. Now I'm going to take this.
beautiful.
I'm not even going to change this. I think I've got enough water on there. This is for my inside. I'm just going to add.
Hmm.
Let's see what happens here. I'm blotting it pretty heavily. I'm going to see if I can use that color to my advantage. Okay, so that's pretty, but I think I can maybe get it a little more press. I'm going to press, see what I get here.
Oh,
Okay.
look at that.
Yeah, I'm going to just blot. So I'm going to,
Pretty.
that's pretty. That's super pretty. But
Hmm.
still, there's a little bit of blue here. I'm picking up the color. Oh, yeah, okay. And I'm
Hmm.
going to use this inside my card as just some color. We'll add a couple birds to that. I'm going to set my foil aside, and then I'm going to take a minute to wipe up because that will give my paper a second to dry just a little bit, because I'm going to have to bring in my, I didn't pre-do one. I'm going to have to bring in my
It's a
Stampin' Pen.
great idea to use the foil though, because then you can just kind of keep using it, like wipe it down.
Yeah,
If
you
you wanted
can.
to do this, I know some people like when there's certain cards you're making, you want to make multiples of them because if you're going to get messy, you want to get messy all at once. So you could easily wipe it, put your markers in again, spritz, and do another piece, and do another piece, and do another piece, and just until you got what you wanted, right?
That's exactly right. All right, so I am going to bring this in, and I'm bringing in the folder, no die, okay, just the folder, no die. I'm gonna see which is the front. I'm gonna try to get my ship so that it's just at the horizon. It's not bad, it's pretty high up there, but I might move it down a little bit.
So what
Okay,
you're
I like
looking
it.
at the folder as far as the clouds, or what are you
Yeah,
looking at on the
no,
folder?
I was looking at my ship. I want my ship, my
Okay.
boat, my sailboat to be right along the horizon, right? So it's on
Yes.
the horizon. So that's what I was looking at. So thank you
Because
for asking that.
yeah, because the folder has like the water lines, and then you see the
Yes,
boat, and then you see the clouds above. So it
yes,
definitely has a scene built right into the folder that you can work with.
yeah, it does. So let me move that out of the way. So then what I did is I took a piece of, so now it's embossed. It's got the markings on it. And then what I did was I ran a piece of white scrap paper through it and emboss. Can you see it's embossed? Yeah. Okay. So you can see that's embossed. I
Mhm.
want to highlight this a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I've got an emery board here. I don't know if I even put this in my instructions. I think I might have forgotten. So you guys are hopefully if you're watching the video, you got the tip, and the people who just look at the tutorial, they didn't get this tip. I'm roughing up. See how I'm giving it more texture by
Nice.
bringing out some of the white. I'm taking off some of the color, and I'm going to do the same thing for the clouds. It won't show up a lot, but it's going to whiten those clouds up a little bit.
It's a great idea because you're just taking off a little bit of the color and just
Right.
making them pop a little more.
Yes, exactly. I don't have to worry about the ship because I'm going to cover that up anyway. I'm going to get a little bit at the horizon here. Let's see if you can see it a little bit better in this sample. See how that white really, because I have
Mhm.
a lot of darker here. But you can
Yep.
really see how that the colors are a little darker, but this one's more subtle, but I like it. Okay, so now we're going to do a little bit of coloring on this. Well, we're going to actually do a lot of coloring. So I'm going to start with my pecan pie, and I told you I stamped my boat. So I used pecan pie, and I just stamped the details onto that, just like that. And then I am going to extend my mast with a blend. So I've got a pecan pie. I don't know, do I want dark? I'm gonna start with light just because I can always go dark, but if I start dark, I want dark. And I'm just hand drawing this part. And I'm just gonna go up my mast. I've got a little bit of a cross at the mast top. And then I'm going to use, and I'm not sure this is in my instructions either, and I realized that after I looked at it, is I've used a little bit of light crumb cake and colored the ship with a little bit of crumb cake just to give it a little bit of color.
You're just
Okay.
giving it depth, right? You're giving
Yeah.
it the
Yeah.
shadowing and the
Yeah.
various depth of the body, the hull of the ship, right? Of the boat, sailboat.
Yeah, that's correct. Now I'm gonna stay within the where the sail is, and I'm using Pool Party. And I'm coloring the sail. So I've got a light Pool Party blend. And stay tuned because I'm going to show you how I think I can say this word on how anal I am. You're going to see here in a minute because I am kind of sometimes, mostly, an attention to detail person. I think that the little details are important. So first I'm going to do my sail. I'm going to come back in with the dark. I'm going to
I'm gonna
give it.
whisper to everybody watching the video. Yeah, she will drive me bonkers sometimes on the details.
I'm not going to apologize for that.
Don't you dare. It is what makes you who you are.
And then I'm going to go back. So I like to do light, dark, light, dark. I'm going to go back and just blend that out. See it just, I think you can see. Can you see? I'll hold
I
it up.
can, yeah. It's very
I'll hold it
pretty.
up. It just
I'm
makes
so glad
it
I'm so glad we
so
got the
not
technical because this
flat.
is, yeah, it makes
Yeah,
such a
I'm
difference to be able
sorry.
to see that.
I'll just apologize for that first card. It's
Oh,
just
well,
so not
everybody
flat.
understands.
So now
It happens.
when I'm talking about attention to detail, I haven't done it yet. You're going to be like, well, yeah, what? Look at, I'm going to take, this is important to me. I've got yellow here. I'm going to take yellow and I'm going to I'm going to take lemon lolly and I'm doing the part that would be seeing through, right?
Right.
Silly. I'm so silly. And then I'm going to take a little bit of petal pink.
So you can see the sky behind it.
Yeah, so it just blends. It looks like it's all, I'm just going to use this light one. I think I used the dark.
It looks legit.
Yeah, this looks like you don't have that little white. That white was bothering me. Oh, my marker won't close. That white was just bothering me. So now when I put it on, it's just a unit.
I like
Let me
that.
hold it
I
up.
like that. It's the little details that count. Look at that. Yeah, it looks like it looks like you can see right through it.
Right, coming right through, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Or that it almost looks like that is die cut out of the boat, right?
Yes,
So it's almost like you would fussy cut or cut that section of the sail out.
yes, that's exactly what it's like.
Mhm.
All right, so let me put that on, a couple dimensionals. Throw them in my lap. And I'm going to lay it right on my ship. I've got a little scrap of paper here. This is going to be a congratulations card. Whoops, touched my light. Whoops. Okay, having trouble picking that up. I'm going to use blueberry bushel. Blueberry bushel is going to make my words just kind of pop a bright blue. I'm going to just stamp that.
I never used blueberry bushel, and I recently asked. I took a survey of a bunch of people that are coming to one of my retreats, and I said, "What's your favorite Stampin' Up color out of all the colors, all the color families? What's your favorite?" And I was surprised at the number of blueberry bushels.
Really?
Yes, I was surprised. It
Yeah.
actually was up towards the top of the favorites.
Wow. That
Mhm.
does surprise me. What is your favorite color, Betsy? Your favorite
Mine,
Stampin' Up color? Your favorite Stampin' Up color?
Lost Lagoon, probably. If I had to pick something other than early espresso or crumb cake, I would say Lost Lagoon is because I actually
Yeah,
Lost Lagoon was it was an old color we used to have, and they brought it back, and I
came
still
back.
had paper from when we had it before. That's how much I liked Lost Lagoon.
Yeah, came back. Yeah, came back.
What about you? If you had to pick one?
You know what my favorite is right now, and you're gonna laugh. You are going. This is a shocker. The one
Yes.
that I go to all the time,
Yeah.
basic beige. Basic beige. And I'm
Oh,
a green girl, right? But basic beige is like I don't know. I've been using tons and tons of it.
yep.
I
Yep.
love it.
It's
I
a
really
great
love
color.
it.
It reminds me of the old river rock we used to have, but not quite as
Yes.
dark.
Yes. Okay, I
Mm-hmm.
need to add some of the in color pearls, and I'm going to use the secret seed just to make them pop. And I don't know where my oh, here it is. I was going to just get ready to use my scissors. I'm using it right. Like I said, I like to use it around my greetings. Sometimes that's my go-to. I love these because they really
It is
oh, you
such a
can't
pretty
see it.
card. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty.
Those dots really have some iridescence to them, so they're really pretty. Just a super pretty, but here's the inside. So we're going to take this is our um what is it? Misty Moonlight.
Mm-hmm.
And on the tutorial, I think the wrong size is on there. It says 5.5 by 4, but it's 5.25 by 4. But you'll probably figure that out as soon as you put it on your card. So trim it down, and then this is just a piece of white. And we're going to bring in that piece that we watercolored. But before I put it on there, I'm going to stamp a couple of those birds. Now, I'm going to just use the blueberry bushel. I probably used black, but we were talking about it, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use a couple gulls. This is really pretty. I mean,
It is
seriously pretty. It's like a little
so
cloud, like a
pretty.
little cloud thing.
Well, that's
And
what
it
a
just,
sunrise or a sunset
yeah,
looks like. I mean, you got all of these various shades, and
yeah. It
that's
just is a,
beautiful.
it's a fun little surprise when you open the card. It's like a
Mm-hmm.
continuation. And I'm not even going to put any words on the inside because it's a
Mm-mm.
congratulations card. So this is where I'm going to write my message because I don't have a lot of room. But
Yeah.
this to me is the card right there. But this whole idea, the whole idea of using markers, and like I said, if you're using blends eventually, and you're just going to replace your water with alcohol, and you should get a pretty similar effect. And we'll, we may visit that here later.
Yeah,
So
we should
there,
try that. We should do that
yeah.
technique.
So there's the two cards. So there's a lot of similarities in color. I wanted to do something bright. Betsy's cards were very blue, and I've got blues, but I wanted to use a lot of the color. And
Hmm.
so I hope you guys like these cards. Oh, I have something to show you next month.
We
I
make a good
promise.
team because we balance each other out, right? Because I tend to
Yes.
be
Oh,
more
yes.
muted, you
Yes.
tend to be more brighter. It's like we
Yeah.
offer different styles. That's why we work so well together.
I'm going to grab I've got a little box here. I'm just going to grab the whole thing and just plop it right down on my desk. I want to show you what we're doing. All
Ooh,
right. So this
ooh,
has
ooh,
got,
ooh.
yeah. So we're going to use I believe it's called the Spooky Sweet, 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 SUITE, Spooky
Mhm,
Sweet Sweet. And I'm going to show you everything that comes in it. And this is what we're going to be doing next month. This is the Spooky
mhm,
Halloween stamp set and dies.
mhm.
Lots of fun, different greetings, and then a couple adorable little animals comes with. I don't have all the stars, but these glittery soft foam, they're foam. They are soft
Foam.
and foamy. So this is what's so good about them. You put these on your card and you put them in an envelope, boom, they're smashed down.
Yep.
So you know how we worry about the gems? We are like they're too high, and then they go to the post office, and then they ruin the envelope. These aren't going to do that. They're foam.
Nope.
They are a
Yep.
little foam. Then there's the stamp set. There is dies. Then I'm going to save the paper for last. Iridescent treat bags. So look at that color.
I can just see it. It's like,
It's
wow.
so pretty.
Hmm.
And you're going to say, well, what are you going to do? A treat bag? Just watch. We're going to do
You
some
have to
pretty
wait and sign up
fabulous
for the
technique.
kids.
Yeah, yeah. So you'll see this little piece is just sitting here. That means that there are in this paper there are some punch out die cuts. So I've already been playing with this. So here's beautiful. Look at how cute. Look
Look at
at
the
this.
flamingo.
I mean, look
Hmm.
at the flamingo, but look at the little pig. It's so cute. Got
I love Halloween.
candy.
Halloween's one of my
I
favorites.
know, I know, me too. Candy, then some. There is orange in here. You can't really see it on the thing, but here's your die cuts. So cute, so many. I mean, cauldrons, and look at this little hippo.
Hmm.
All that needs is a little blue eye right there, and she'd be all ready for the line eye. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, Betsy. Banners, corn, candy corn.
Hmm.
But we've got some scenery. We've got some, oops, turn that this way. So these could be, you could use this on a long card, a slimline card, your scrapbook pages. These could be cut for images on a card. Beautiful petunia pop. So pretty. Here's the candy again. And then there's just two more sheets. Nice little spooky windows. And the back of that one I didn't show you. Just a really subtle, that's orange. It doesn't
Hmm.
show up as orange, but it's orange. And then the last sheet, yeah, these are, yeah, last sheet. These could be just cut out as little tags. And so
Hmm.
if you got the sweet and you're like, well, I want to make little treats in here, I'm going to give little candy, quick, just couple slices and you've got tags. A super
Right.
simple, like just stamping, happy Halloween or no tricks, all treats. I mean, super easy. They've
Hmm.
made it so easy for us. So yeah, so that's, oh, oh wait, there's one more thing. There's ribbon.
Mm.
Beautiful shimmery petunia pop ribbon. Here's the one with the white. There's white
Hmm.
and a purple or petunia pop and then black. So the stars. So that's what we're going to be doing next
Cute,
month.
cute, cute.
Oh, so I'm sorry about that little mishap there with that blurry card. And if I get to
Yeah,
edit it and it's so horribly horrendous, I'll redo it. But I
yeah.
think that
I think
hopefully you
think
got
people
the
got the idea. They got the idea of what you were doing. I mean, I think if you feel like it's too blurry, just put your eyes down and listen to her. You can just listen to her tell you what you're doing, and you'll be fine. Or fast
yeah.
forward through that section. If that section's a little
Yeah.
too rough, just fast forward through it. You'll be fine.
Yeah, yeah. Go grab the tutorial from our PayHip and
Yeah.
then you can read along and listen to me and you don't necessarily have to watch me and you'll get the idea. But because that really masking and using blending brushes, it's a pretty standard technique. But that little watercoloring idea, I when I saw that on foil, I'm like, okay, this makes a lot of sense. Like
Right.
I've done it on a block. I've done it on cellophane paper or whatever. And then
Mhm.
when I saw on foil and then marking your spot, I'm like, okay, this to me, like, we sometimes some of us are, visual learners and some of
Mhm.
us are audio learners. And then you just see something, you're like, it clicks. So that clicked for me. So that was pretty,
Nice.
yeah, I was excited about that. I'm going to use that a lot.
Yeah, I'm so glad you shared it because I wouldn't have thought of that. And I like the
Yeah.
fact that if I didn't pick it up, I know exactly where the piece would go back in because I have that
Yeah.
outline. So I know exactly how to put it back in there and
Yeah,
not
and
mess
of
up
course
the colors.
the 3 or 4 that I played with, I needed to do that, and of course, today it was like I think
It's perfect.
I learned that you had to use more water than you think, and
Mhm.
so that was probably what all came together for me, but if you did not use as much, it's not a failure, just spritz it
No,
again and put it right back in that box, and it will come out beautiful, trust me. Keep
absolutely.
doing it till
Excellent.
that's the way you like it.
Yeah. I think the Sunrise Sailing, it is one of my favorite bundles, the Sunrise Sailing bundle with the hybrid and the folder and the dies. I think there's so much you can do it. And I've seen so many ideas out there with it
My
as well. It's
Yeah, my
just, yeah,
customers are loving it. Honestly, we've
yeah.
just played with it and really enjoyed it. So we're
Mhm.
happy that it's back in stock too. I think it was out. It
Yes.
was so popular. So
Yep.
go grab it. If you don't have it, go grab it because
Yep.
you'll just use it over and over again. And I think all of our cards would have worked for female or male, but
Mhm.
sometimes we are looking for
Mhm.
masculine cards. And
Mhm.
I think that the style, the sailboat feels
Mhm.
like it, you know, would be good for a man. I'm not trying
Yeah.
to say what
The
you know what
masculine. It
I
has
think
a
it's good for
masculine
both,
feel to
but
it,
yeah,
right?
yes,
Yeah.
yes, but
Yeah.
both
Mhm.
perfectly for both,
Yeah. I
which I
mean, we
love.
didn't even use the
Eh,
cloud dyes. We didn't use
Yeah,
the gull dye. We didn't use the water dyes. I mean, there's so much more to this that we didn't even use.
yeah, and the thing
Mhm.
is, when you look at your stamps and you look at your stamps on your wall here, and so many of them are
Mhm.
either they are masculine or they are feminine, but this one is dual, and so it's
Mhm.
very versatile.
Yeah.
I think that's exactly where I was going with it.
Yeah. I think so. I think so. Absolutely. Perfect. Well, we did good. High five, sister. We
Are we
did
going
good.
this way? I don't know. Where
Yeah,
are
I
we?
know. I'm like, which side is it? I don't know.
It always changes.
uh, Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channels. Check us, be sure to check us out. Again, we are a little late this month, but typically we always post on the fourth Wednesday of the month. Our Stamp It Your Way video posts on the fourth Wednesday of the month. But again, we open up registration for the Spooky Sweet Sweets. That'll open up on September 1st and run till September 10th to get in for that kit. And then we will be back here towards the end of September.
Yeah, but if you're watching this late, you're watching it in October or November, or at the
Mhm.
beginning of October, and you're ready for Halloween, but you missed it, just grab the tutorial and on our PayHip site and
Yep,
stamp along with us. So it's
absolutely.
doable. It's doable, even if you've missed signing up for the packet. So
Yeah, yeah. And then show us what you're making. We love to see what you're
yeah.
doing. We love to see your ideas so that we can copy off of you and case off of you and learn from you. So please be sure to share with us.
Oh yes, that's very important.
Mhm. All right. I think that's it for tonight. Anything that I missed?
I don't think so.
Excellent.
I
All
can't
right.
think of
Well,
it. I
yeah.
had fun
Well,
tonight, Betsy. I had
I did
fun.
too. I always have fun with you. Always have fun with you. Good luck to your Illini tonight.
Oh, thank you. I don't even know who we're playing. That's horrible. I just know my kids are at the game, and it's the first game, and I'm not sure who we're playing. So
There you go. There
but,
you go.
I'm gonna go catch it afterwards now.
Perfect. Thanks everybody for sticking with us tonight, and we're so glad you were here, and we will see you next month.
Sounds good. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.